King Pakuk, you appear to be in marvelous health. What's your secret?
Well, every morning I drink milk from a Persian cat.
Well, how do you get milk from a Persian cat?
Easy, I take its saucer away. Hey, Big Daddy, you're kind of young to be blowing a horn in a club that caters to beatniks. What would your mother think?
Why don't you ask her? She's the one with the beard playing the drums.
Listen, now, they say I can't hurt a fly. Well, that's a lie. The last fly I swatted was pretty badly bruised.
Welcome to Laughs for Sale, the new look in comedy entertainment, with tonight's guest stars, Cliff Arquette, Jackie Green, Paul Winchell with Jerry Mahoney, and your host, Hal March, with Pete Rugelo's orchestra, and brought to you by
ABC TV, the network that brings you The Patty Duke Show, Wednesdays over most of these stations.
And now your host on Laughs for Sale, Hal March.
Thank you and welcome to Laughs for Sale, the show designed to showcase the talents of amateur and professional comedy writers alike. But right now, let's meet tonight's guest. Shecky, it's good to have you back, as usual.
Pleasure to be here.
Paul Winchell, where's your partner, Paul?
Oh, I left him backstage for a little while. He'll be out later.
Well, is he lying a little sawdust? What is this?
Yeah, he's getting ready.
Cliff, it's very seldom you're seen without the,
Yes, that's true. It's very seldom that I come out without my fern on my head.
Now, Daddy.
Yes.
You look nice, honey.
Oh, thank you. I've got to go back. I got to leave here right after the show.
Where are you going?
I got another job. In the maid company window.
Before we begin the show, I have to warn you that it's the nature of a comedian to kid everything in sight, and be it me, themselves, your material, or even you. So now that we're properly warned that everything goes here on Laughs for Sale, let's first look at a piece of material submitted by the combined wit of an architect, a newspaperman, and a department store executive. Cliff, how about helping me with an interview with one of the great personalities of our age, the great monarch, King Pakuk?
Okay.
Want to help me? Let's go.
Yeah. What is it, wrong side?
Oh,
This is your best side?
Oh,
Nice, very nice.
Here. Cliff, why don't you change while I set this up?
Say, I will. That's a good idea.
Go
By
ahead,
George.
say. And now we take you to International Airport, where a throng of people and reporters are waiting for King Pakuk to step off a plane which has just brought him from his country. I think that's him now. All changed? Ladies and gentlemen, King Pakuk. That's a cute costume, Cliff, but I'd know you anywhere. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, King Pakuk.
Oh, shut up.
King, you travel with two of them, do you?
Yes, I hate to break up a set. Besides, they're mother and daughter.
Mother and daughter. Which one's the daughter?
Oh, who cares?
Would you care to come down here on the sand?
Yes,
This
you
way.
girls keep the camel running. I'll be out in 24 days.
King Pakuk, don't you ever get tired of doing Charlie Weaver? King Pakuk. The full story of your overthrow remains a mystery. Now, could you recount the series of events that led to the revolt?
Well, now, first, my palace was set on fire.
Really?
I discovered it was a plot by the palace guard. So I had the royal executioners shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Then the royal executioners began to revolt. Oh, they were revolting. So I called the secret police to machine gun them down in the streets.
Then what happened?
What was that? And then the secret police began to revolt. And I said to myself, Pakuk, it's time to stop being a nice guy.
I see.
Yes, do you?
And then?
Oh, and then the leader of the rebellion had the nerve to make unreasonable demands for the people.
Well, what were those unreasonable demands?
Oh, bread, water, and other luxury items.
But you could easily have given your people those things. After all, it's a well-known fact. Oh, there was more.
Yeah.
After all, it's a well-known fact that there were $8 billion in the Royal Treasury.
Oh, but I needed that.
You needed that?
I had to spend huge sums each year for defense.
Ah, to protect your people from foreign enemies?
No, to protect me from the people.
That's good.
I like that one. That was a bird, wasn't it? Oh.
Look at your own card. In your haste to escape into exile, did you manage to salvage any of your belongings?
Just the bare necessity.
Well, how about the $8 billion?
That was one of the bare necessities.
Thank you, Tracy. You're welcome, George. Is it true that you had 100 wives in your harem?
Oh, yes, I had 100 wives.
Well, how did you feel about having 100 wives?
Well, it kept me off the streets at night.
Pakuk, how do you plan on spending your time in this country?
You don't know me well enough. They'd call me by my first name.
I beg your pardon,
Call
King?
me Frank. How do I spend my time in my country?
No,
Your
how are you
country?
planning on spending your time in our country?
Well, I collect antiques.
I see. What kind of antique?
Oh, 20 and 30-year-old Scotch. That's from the heart, too.
It's common knowledge that you drink quite a bit, King. Would you care to comment on that?
Well, I just...
Any more comments?
Yes, I will. I just drink to escape. I have a terrible fear of full bottles.
Don't you ever get tired of drinking?
When I do, I put my glass on automatic pilot.
That's a good one.
I like that, too.
You know, King, you're a fascinating man.
Yes.
Coop, what an exciting, sensual, depraved life you live.
Oh, yes, I know. That's why they're going to make a movie of my life.
Ah, the King Pakuk story?
No, they're calling it The King of Swing. Music.
You know what I think hurt it? I think the glasses hurt it. They couldn't see your cute eyes.
I couldn't see the cue cards either. Oh, there you are.
Shecky, do you think that three heads are better than one in comedy writing?
Well, it's kind of difficult when they're on one body. Gotta figure that out.
Paul, have you ever done any traveling in the Middle East?
No, I haven't done any traveling there, but some friends of mine were there just lately, and a married couple, they ran into a little marital difficulties while they were over there, and she was interested in getting a divorce, but she couldn't speak the language, so she hired a lawyer over there, and he said, look, I know you don't understand the language, so when we get to court, whatever the judge says to you, you merely say, kablornit. So she remembered that word, see? It meant yes. So she got into court, and the judge looked at her, and he said, kablornit kunye platfordiadit. So she said, kabornit. He said, pornye chusnye, kabornit. She said, kabornit. She said, pornye motkine chavet. He said, kabornit. She looked over the lawyer. She said, did I get the divorce? He said, I don't know about the divorce, but you just married the judge.
If Cliff and I did a doctor spot, you would never be able to do that joke, right? Shecky, have you ever played, you've been all around the world. Have you ever played to an audience of Arabs?
Kibornet. I was the judge. I married that girl. Yeah, I play. You know something? Arabs are like, they're the same as, our people and everything else. The only thing is, like, we drive cars and they drive camels. Could you see some guy, like, 24 months and I get my pink slip? On his camel. Gee, I'm sorry I thought of that joke. I don't know the routine I'm going to do, but I'm going to forget that joke. I'll tell you that. Kibornet.
Kabornit.
My camel is double parked.
Incidentally, you were just delightful in that thing.
Well, you see, I lived over there for a while.
You lived in...
I used to ride camels, and I had this camel one day out in the hot sun, and he fell, and he wouldn't get up, and I went back to the dealer, to use a camel dealer,
Yeah.
over by the name of Hassan Ben Soba. And what kind of a camel you sell me? He said, well, let me look at it. So give him a belt on the hump, Camel got right up. And I said, what's wrong with him? He said, vapor lock.
Well, I hope the three writers are happy with our edition of their material. I know they'll be delighted with the $500 check that's on its way. We'll return to Last for Sale right after this message.
Hello, I'm Edie Adams.
And I'm Sid Caesar.
This season, Sid and I are sharing the same time period on ABC.
We're each on alternate weeks in a half-hour show featuring music, comedy, and guest stars.
And I can't think of anyone I'd rather share a time slot with than Sid Caesar.
And I'm very happy to alternate with Edie Adams. I wish she wasn't so pretty.
I wish he wasn't so funny.
Take away her gorgeous hair, her beautiful face, her terrific figure, and what have you got?
Sid Caesar.
What?
Is one of the funniest men I know.
Thank you, Edie. And Edie is just as talented as she is lovely.
Oh, that's sweet of you, Sid.
Yes. So watch the Sid Caesar show alternating with Edie Adams.
Adams show alternating with the Sid Caesar
It's
show.
the Sid Caesar show alternating with the
No,
Edie
no,
Adams
it's the
show.
Edie Adams show alternating
It's
with the Sid Caesar
it's
show.
the Sid.
Paul, is it true that you and Jerry are going to work now, of course? You're ready for
Yeah, I
this.
just came back. I was outside minding the camels.
I was talking to Paul.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Did you see the makeup man put some powder on my nose so I wouldn't shine? Hello? 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 How come it don't get louder when I get here? Hello?
Is it true that Jerry's never caught short for an answer, Paul?
Yes, that's what they say, knock wood.
Hey, watch it, Buster. I'll make you move your lips on the outside.
Well, now that you're both warmed up, let's take a look at the cool world of jazz as seen through the eyes of a New Jerseyite who prefers to keep his comedy writing anonymous, is his name. So Paul and Jerry.
I gotta get into the character.
All right, here, I'll get you right into the character.
Who did you say wrote this, Hal?
Prefer to remain anonymous.
Anonymous, huh? I think after that line you would too.
Never mind, I'm getting... All right, you're all in character now, all right?
Okay. I hope we got a lot of hipsters out here.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we're going to look into the world of jazz. My name is Walter Granby, and right now I'm at the fabulous Downbeat Club in Chicago, where I'm about to interview the leader of the orchestra. Let's all welcome Big Daddy Cool. Well, Big Daddy, it certainly is a pleasure.
Shh, not now while the band is playing. Dig 'em, man. Aren't they cool?
That's not the band, that's the air conditioning.
Oh, dig it. Ain't it cool?
Tell me, how many men do you have in your band?
You mean playing or resting?
I mean living.
How soon you need to know? Who'd you say wrote this?
Never mind. He didn't send his name.
Now I know why.
Never mind. Well, look, is it true that you switched from a piccolo to a tuba?
Yeah, man.
Well, what made you pick the tuba?
Economics.
Economics? Why did that play a factor in your picking the tuba?
Well, we were playing a concert for some millionaire cat. He dug the dance so much that all night long he kept throwing $20 gold pieces into the instruments.
Yeah?
And there I was with that rotten piccolo. I could still knock off a couple of riffs. Hey, wait. Man, ain't that a gasser?
Well, look, tell me, Big Daddy, in your opinion, is it true that most great artists are appreciated only after they're gone?
No, man, no. I mean, I've been gone for years, you know.
I don't know. You don't seem to understand. What I mean is, take Stephen Foster.
Oh, must I?
What I'm trying to get to is, do you know that he actually sold his song Swanee River for $25?
Well, Jim, I think he did a pretty good deal. I mean, I wouldn't have given them 2 cents for the thing, man.
I don't think I'm reaching you at all, Daddy Cool. When you realize that Edgar Allan Poe, when he died...
Is Ed gone? Oh, man, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't hear. I've been on the road so much out of touch, you know.
No, what I mean to say is, when Edgar Allan Poe died, he died in poverty.
He died in poverty?
Uh-huh.
Last I heard, he was working in Detroit.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's road work. You never know where you're going to get it. Edgar Allan Poe. My favorite trio.
Oh, brother. Look, thanks for the interview, but one thing more before we go. Would you enlighten our viewers by explaining some technical musical terms?
Like what?
Well, tell us what allegro moderato means.
What?
Allegro moderato.
Oh, kiss me.
Oh, stop. Can you tell us what allegro moderato means?
Allegro moderato. Well, let's take the word apart.
All right.
A leg. That's what you stand on.
Mm-hmm.
Row. That's fish eggs. Motor. That's your mother. An auto. That's a car. So allegro moderato means stand on fish eggs in your mother's car. Oh, I...
That was
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you, Shecky. Thank you. I gotta take off, ouch, the paint. All right, I'll get it.
You were-
Ah, yeah, sorry. There we go.
Paul, would you ever understand why that fellow remained anonymous?
At the beginning, yes, but towards the end, I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. It's not definite, though. I think he ought to try out his own material first.
That would be funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, you can always do this when you get stuck. All right, now, come on.
I thought that was one of our best routines on the show. I really enjoyed it that much.
Thank you, Shecky.
You had a great
You're not looking for a new partner or something, are you?
Yeah, I'll travel with
Let
you.
me see how I fit over here. Go ahead, where's my head?
I got a bigger laugh than Paul.
Yeah, it's soft, too. Hey, it's good. Yeah.
You know, I got a brother at home that we work him the same way.
No kidding. He's got a string in his head.
No, it's on the side of his neck.
Oh, well, I'm a dummy. What's his excuse? Oh, come on, now stop. I'll work this way tonight, but will you turn around? Oh, yeah.
Please, we're trying to talk. Will you be quiet?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Do you think they have cool jazz in Mount Lady?
Oh, man, they got the jazz down there so cool that people don't understand it. They really don't understand jazz in Mount Ida because, like the other night in Wallace Swine's all-night diner, hold it. The other night in Wallace Swine's diner, one of the waiters dropped a tray of dishes and everybody got up and started to dance. Thought it was a new combo.
Shecky, when you work in Vegas, do you work with musicians?
I have 5 musicians that I work with. And, you know, it's funny that most musicians actually talk this way, you know, that I work with. And it's strange. It takes them about 5 years to learn how to play their instruments and about 10 years to learn how to talk this way.
That's true. I've never met a musician who talks this way. Have you?
Well, I think...
So tonight.
Well, no, I think that musicians today are on an intellectual kick. You know, most guys like college graduate and everything. Cool, man, right, Jerry?
Listen, if you give me $500,000, I'll leave the show.
Well, I think all that...
How's the family?
all that cool jazz has been taken over now by this hootenanny bit, you know?
Yeah.
Which is great for me, because I used to do a joke about Leonard Box. He crossed an owl with a goat.
What did he get?
He got a hootenanny.
Well, I think our check for $500 should encourage the writer to feel confident about writing under his own name. And now here's a word from a cigar of natural mildness, El Producto.
Here's the brightest way to say season's greetings to the men on your list with naturally mild El Producto cigars. For example, we put 25 cigars, 6 different shapes, in a handsome white plastic box, then decorate it with authentic International Code signal flags. It's the new El Producto flagship, a great gift at only $3.95. And here's another bright note for Christmas giving. 25 extra-long El Producto blunts, sealed in sparkling glass. A humidor-type container that can be used many times. It's the new El Producto cigar jar. Now, for someone really special, an elegant plastic stand holding 25 El Producto Queens, each in its own crystal humidor. The fabulous El Producto Queens canister. Look for these and other gift packages by El Producto, the brightest way to say season's greetings.
By the way, Last for Sale is happy to announce that the young song publisher who wrote the Uncle Jolly piece performed on an earlier show by Jim Backus has an appointment with Bill Dana, who thinks he has the future writing situation comedy. So there's another sale for that. That was a funny spot. Also, Last for Sale, I'm very proud to say, has been awarded a Comedy Achievement Award by George Q. Lewis, director of the National Laugh Foundation, for the show's contribution to American humor and its overall encouragement of comedy writing. And for this, we thank you, our audience, for your warm acceptance.
We just had another report.
What's that?
report. The fellow that wrote the sketch we did
Yeah?
has been stoned and run out of town.
I think he was stoned when he wrote it.
Yeah. Run out of town, too.
You know that sneaky crossbreed joke you did before? What a sneaky... Remember the one that Sweeney and I did once?
Okay.
Our plan is to cross a horse and a black widow spider.
What would you get?
I don't know, but if it bites you can ride it to the hospital. So now,
Hey, how
I
about,
just felt like saying that.
how about the guy that crossed the raccoon with a skunk?
What did he get?
He got a dirty look from the raccoon.
All right.
Say, how about the guy who crossed the parakeet with a tiger?
What'd he get?
I don't know, but when it talks, he listens.
Shecky, do you have it here, or do you want to work now?
No, I'll tell you, I just go with a girl that crosses herself.
Oh, yeah? What'd he get?
Well, a bright young writer by the name of Rick Dorio is very much interested in the background of the fighters who work their way into the big time. Shall we oblige, Shecky?
Let's go,
Let's
Al.
go. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that boxers can be just as keen, alert, and bright-minded as the rest of us. We are going to interview Rocky Romano, one of the better-known professional fighters. Rocky, it's nice to have you here tonight.
What round is it?
Rocky, is this tie crooked again? Why don't we get rid of this once and for all? It's a clamp-on tie and it doesn't work. So rather than being embarrassed about it, want a tie?
I never worked with Dean Martin before. That's nice.
Rocky, where were you born?
That's a rough question to start out with. Can we come back to that after I'm warmed up a little bit?
All right. Rocky, where do you live now?
Huh?
I say, where do you live now?
See, these questions are getting tougher than I expected.
But surely, Rocky, you can remember an address.
An address, sure. 7 years ago, our father...
Rocky, how did you become a fighter?
My father wanted me to become one.
Well, why did your father want you to learn how to fight?
Because he figured between us we might be able to whip the old lady. You know. You want to jump in there with me, or I'll do it alone? Wait a minute. I like to feel a little comfortable myself. This is one of these tie-on ties. I don't like to wear those.
You can do anything you want, just don't step in front of my cards. Now, Rocky, what do you remember most about your first fight?
The ceiling.
Ooh, that hurts when you... How many fights have you had?
I had about 84.
Well, what kind of a record do you have?
I got one by Sinatra. I got two by Tony Bennett.
No, what's your fight record?
So far, I lost every fight.
You lost every fight?
Yeah, but a couple of times I came very close.
Very close to what?
Yeah, well, getting killed.
Getting killed. Tell me.
You talking?
I can see now when he does a single, it's dangerous to stand next to this guy. Tell me.
What hit me right there? Go ahead, hit me right there. I didn't think you'd really hit me right there. You got a good punch, kid. You got a good punch.
Tell me, Rocky.
85 I lost.
Tell me, Rocky, what do you think of Sonny Liston?
He's a great champion. Sonny's a great champion.
Did you ever meet him?
Someone introduced me to him last week, and he took my hand.
You mean he shook your hand?
No, he took my hand. He ain't brought it back.
Shecky, Rocky, I mean...
I ad-libbed that. You know, I ad-libbed that.
Very good. I got a dog eats off my hand. Shecky, Rocky...
Sometimes it's Shecky, I'm a little rocky, you know that.
Rocky, you don't look in very good shape.
I don't have to be, because whenever I fight, I know how to use strategy.
Strategy?
Yeah. You'll notice whenever I fight an opponent now, I keep 25 feet away from him.
25 feet? Why, you'd be outside the ring.
Well, no, good strategy, huh? Because I'm 25 feet away from him, and the cards are a little mixed up there, and... I know that I'm going to start with my 86 fight. I'm going to go over and beat that guy up over there.
But what are you doing now? Have you got a new punch?
Well, I'm reading the card now, and... Well, I got a new fight, you know, and I got a new way of fighting. I use my
Is it a new punch?
It's a new punch. It's called my left hook.
And is that tricky?
Oh, sure.
What's so tricky about that?
Well, I use my right hand. That's what.
Rocky, yes.
Can we do that over again next week?
Sports writers are also sports writers. Let me see this card. Sports writers are also saying that you're a frightened fighter now. To put it plainly, they say you're yellow.
That's a lie. I'll fight anybody. Only once I walked away from a fight.
When was that?
Last week, some guy started an argument with me, and he kept inviting me to step outside and fight.
Well, did you step outside and fight?
No, I was in a plane at the time.
Rocky, what was the hardest thing for you to do in the ring?
Get up.
Do you have any advice for a new fighter in the ring for the first time?
Bribe the referee.
Do you have any rules for training?
Oh, yes. I have a list for don'ts and one do.
I see. What are they?
don't stay up late, and don't eat spaghetti and pizza, and don't go out with girls, and don't drink.
That's a good list, but what about the one do?
Do all the don'ts.
Let's go back. And now here's a word from the cigar of natural mildness, El Producto.
Season's greetings and the season's greatest galaxy of gift packages from El Producto Cigars. Naturally mild El Productos come in a variety of sparkling bright holiday gift packages. The El Producto Flagship, a selection of 25 cigars, 6 different shapes, in a handsome plastic box decorated with authentic International Code signal flags. The new Flagship. The Cigar Jar, 25 El Producto Blunts, sealed in sparkling glass in a beautiful reusable jar and colorfully gift wrapped. The new Cigar Jar. The El Producto Queen's Canister, 25 Regal Queens, each in its own crystal humidor and set in an elegant plastic stand. The fabulous Queen's Canister. See the entire gift galaxy of El Producto cigars now. They're all naturally mild, all specially wrapped for Christmas giving.
Well, our time is up, so I'd like to thank all of you for a wonderful... Gee, didn't it run fast? Shecky Green, thanks so much for tonight. Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney.
Hey, a few small...
And Cliff Arquette, you really look like a King Pakuk now.
I feel like it.
Good night, thank you all. We'll see you next week with more Laughs for Sale. Good night, everyone.
Laughs for Sale has been brought to you by the Consolidated Cigar Corporation, makers of El Producto, the cigar of natural mildness.